This is Asifclopedia. But am I cool? What is coolness anyway? What does it really mean to be cool? Can you actually become cool? Coolness isn't about trying too hard, because when you do, it usually just ends up cringe. There's this weird tightrope between cool and cringe, and most people fall off it. Real cool? It's when something clicks naturally, like a moment, a look, or an idea that changes how we see the world without even trying. It's spontaneous, genuine, and kind of mysterious. Take Muhammad Ali in 1964, right before his famous Phantom Punch knocked out Sonny Liston. This wasn't just a boxing match, it was a bold statement. A young black man standing tall against a world steeped in racial tension, rewriting what it meant to be powerful and proud. Or rewind to 1839, when Robert Cornelius sat still for several minutes to take what's now known as the very first selfie. No filters, no apps, just pure invention. In that moment, he sparked a new way for humanity to capture identity, expression, and self-awareness. Then there's James Dean, captured in his last photo before his untimely death in 1955. Dean wasn't just an actor, he was the living embodiment of restless youth and rebellion. Fast forward to 1961. Yuri Gagarin, the first human in space, returns to Earth after orbiting our planet. Instead of solemn heroics, he lights a cigarette, humanizing the impossible feat. Imagine being the first human to go into outer space, and when you return, you light up a fucking cigarette. In 1984, Steve Jobs held the original Macintosh, a device that didn't just change technology, it changed how we think, create, and communicate. This photo symbolizes the dawn of a digital revolution, where the future was no longer science fiction but our everyday reality. And who could forget Earthrise, snapped by Apollo 8 astronauts in 1968? A fragile blue marble floating in the endless void, this image shattered our perspective, reminding us how small, interconnected, and precious life really is. But what does it mean to be cool? In the early 2000s, neuroscientist Antonio Damasio studied how emotions guide behavior, even decisions we think are logical. Being cool is about appearing in control, and our brains reward that. A 2012 study at UCLA found that teens process cool images using the brain's reward system, the same areas activated by food or money. Coolness triggers dopamine because it signals social power, safety, and confidence. Psychologist Jack Brem introduced reactance theory in 1966, the idea that we're drawn to freedom and rebel against anything that feels like control. In 2011, researchers at the University of Illinois studied what traits define cool today. They found it's not just rebellion, it's kindness, confidence, and low need for approval. Back in time. Philosophers like Albert Camus and Nietzsche never used the word cool, but they lived it. Camus wrote, "The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion." Coolness, then, is existential defiance, not chaos, but choosing your own rhythm. And here's the paradox. Wanting to be cool makes you less cool. Just like chasing happiness often leads to anxiety, chasing coolness only proves you don't have it. True coolness happens when you stop performing and just be. Let's rewind to 1941, British Columbia. A crowd gathers at the reopening of a bridge. Black and white photo, nothing strange, until you zoom in. There he is, a man wearing a modern graphic tee, a hooded sweatshirt, and wraparound sunglasses. He looks completely out of place, like he time-traveled from 2005 and accidentally got caught in the past. Historians insist it's explainable. Sunglasses existed. The shirt could be a stitched logo. The camera wasn't perfect. But it doesn't matter because the internet didn't care about the facts, the vibe was too strong. He became an icon, the time-traveling hipster. Not because he proved time travel, but because he looked like he didn't belong and didn't care. Coolness isn't something you find in the clothes you wear, a single photo, or some clever one-liner that everyone remembers. It's something deeper than all of that, something that comes from being completely real with yourself, even when the world constantly pressures you to perform or conform. It's about being able to laugh without caring who might be watching, standing tall even when you're alone, and feeling at peace with yourself without needing anyone else's approval. True coolness is not loud or flashy. It's the quiet presence of someone who knows exactly who they are and doesn't feel the need to prove it to anyone. It's found in those rare moments when a person walks through life as if they own it. Not because it's borrowed or rented, but because they have claimed it through authenticity and confidence. Sometimes coolness looks like rebellion. Other times it looks like peace, but it is always uniquely yours, something you don't chase or grasp at desperately. It's something you remember, something you return to time and again. Because the truth is, you were cool long before the world ever tried to tell you what it meant to be. So the next time, if you catch yourself stressing about being cool, just chill, because pressing a fart too much can even make your pants go brown.